2, 1.
Welcome to Dodd's Middle School Student Orientation. Welcome, 7th graders. We are so excited to welcome you to our new school. As you know, we're doing school a little bit differently this year, and so we are here in this Zoom webinar. My name is Joanne Lagonde. I am your new principal. And with me, we have our fabulous counselors, as well as psychologists, social worker, and assistant principals here to say a few words to you.
Good morning. My name is Mr. Porciello. I will be your 7th grade and then 8th grade assistant principal. I look forward to meeting all of you, whether it be in person or remote, and I look forward to having a wonderful, great, exciting year here at Dodd for 7th grade.
Hello, all of you. Welcome to Dodd Middle School. It is wonderful to have you. I am Dr. Ballard. I'm the 8th grade assistant principal. However, I will be just upstairs from all of you. Please feel free to come up and ask us for anything that you may need.
Hi guys, my name is Cindy Perez. I'm gonna be the social worker for Dodd Middle School. So I'm excited to see you guys, hopefully in person. If not, we'll do it this way. And just excited for the new school year.
Good morning. My name is Mrs. Raleigh. I'm a school psychologist, 7th grade. Bienvenidos a ustedes. Soy la señora Raleigh. Yo voy a trabajar con ustedes estos 2 años. Soy la psicóloga de 7º grado. Durante esta presentación, si ustedes, a los padres o los estudiantes, tienen cualquier pregunta, por favor, textee en esta presentación y la directora va a poder darle la respuesta. Es muy importante. We're super excited to have you here this year, and we look forward to meeting with you, and both you and your parents. Welcome to Dodd.
And good morning, I echo that. My name is Dr. Mcginn. I'm the other psychologist at Dodd Middle School. I work mostly with 8th grade, but I'll be meeting a lot of you as well. So a hearty good welcome. One of the great things about Dodd's guidance department is that each student has access to a guidance counselor, is assigned to a guidance counselor in addition to the social worker and the 2 psychologists. So we have 7 people in the clinical guidance area who are going to be able to help you as we transition into this new and unusual year. So it is going to be different. We're all figuring it out together between your families and yourselves and us. We're going to make this work for everyone. You'll be interacting with your counselors differently this year, perhaps. Some will be in person, but you'll be speaking to us sometimes on the phone, sometimes via Google Meet, sometimes via Google Classroom, but we'll still be communicating and supporting you all as you know, we start this new year. So again, welcome, and I look forward to meeting you one way or another.
Good morning. My name is Ms. Derdaller, and I'm the guidance counselor for Team Yale, Team UPenn, and Team Brown. And as Dr. Mcginn said, we'll either be seeing you remotely or we'll be seeing you when you come in the building. Either way, we'll introduce ourselves by coming in the classroom. We do also try to meet each student individually, and that will be in a variety of ways this year as well. One of the things we do is we help you support you academically. So one of the things I'm going to encourage you to do, normally I talk to students about having an agenda to keep track of all the things they have to do. Well, this year, since you have your Chromebook, there's a calendar on there, and I greatly encourage you to use your calendar to keep track of all the things that you're going to have to do this year. So we help with academics. We also help with problems that you might have, whether it's friends or family. So we can help and talk to you about any of those things as well. How do you talk to us? Well, again, as I said, we'll be in the classroom. You can ask a teacher to make an appointment, and we can set that up either in person or if you're in the building, or we can do that remotely as well. Parents, we do support you as well. We do set up team meetings. This year, because of the circumstances, our team meetings or just meetings in general are going to be either by phone or virtually, but you can either call or email myself or any of the counselors, and we will set up the meetings with their teachers so that you do still have access to them at any time. And again, we're here, so please call or email if there's anything we can help you with.
Hi, I'm Mr. Saucedo, one of the other school counselor for 7th grade. I welcome all of you. I just wanted to point out the difference between a social worker and a psychologist and a school counselor, because you're having us this year, is basically that we try to focus in 3 areas: academic, career, and social emotional. So we're here to help you with that. But one of the things that I wanted to mention also is setting goals for yourself. Whether you want to start thinking about a career that you're interested in, getting better grades, making friends, all those goals require you to do specific steps, to execute specific steps. And if you do that, you'll get results. Remember, things don't happen by magic. So I just wanted to let you know, whatever you do, make sure you plan things out. And welcome to Dodd. You're going to be very successful here, and we're here to help you. Thank you.
Wow, well, Mr. Saucedo, things don't happen by magic. You know you are the school magician. You know that. I thought you were going to pull out a trick today. Maybe next time. As everyone has shared, whether in person or online, we are a family. At Dodd, we are a family. And so I hope that you feel comfortable. We will be going into the presentation at this time. And who are you? Now you are Dodd Middle School students. And so first of all, congratulate yourself and celebrate the fact that you have made it to the 7th grade. And at Dodd, we focus on 3 core pillars. Our motto is be kind, work hard, dream big. This shouldn't be news to you because every single one of you received your summer packet. Yes, indeed. You're supposed to be completing an essay really explaining how can you live up this motto at Dodd Middle School. Again, whether you are learning from home or you're learning in person, it is incredibly important that you live this motto. Be kind. What does that mean? It means to be kind to yourself. Are you going to bed on time? Are you eating properly? Are you doing your work? Are you saying nice words to yourself? What are you doing to be kind to yourself? Number 2, work hard. As Mr. Saucedo says, maybe there's a little magic there, but nothing happens magically, right? You have to put in the work. Your results will be absolutely in alignment with the work that you put in. So if you don't put in any work, guess what? You won't get the results that you want. It's like you not planting a seed on the ground, not watering it, and expecting that a tree is going to grow. There's no tree that's going to grow from that. So we really want you to think about your own level of work. So ask yourself right now, and maybe even put it in the chat, how hard are you willing to work at Dodd Middle School? For us, we say 100%. Every single day, give your 100% best no matter what. And our 3rd pillar is dream big. Without dreaming big, guess what? What do you want to be? And Mr. Saucedo mentioned that. What do you want to be when you grow up? And of course, that may change, but that's okay. You must have a clear vision in mind of what it is that you would like to accomplish. What kind of student do you want to be? What are the characteristics you'd like to develop in yourself? All of those things will be accomplished at Dodd Middle School, because while this year will be different, one thing will remain the same: who we are. We are kind, we work hard, and we dream big. So the first day of school for us will be September 4th, and that will be completely remote. Every single one of you will be joining in remotely. And what we're asking you to do as well is to make sure that you check your email on September 3rd, September 2nd and September 3rd, because you'll be receiving Google Classroom invitations from your teachers to be able to join in. The first day in person will be on Tuesday, September 8th for cohort 2, and Wednesday, September 9th for cohort 1. Again, based on the later start date, schools will now be open for remote instruction for all students on November 3rd, that is Election Day. Mr. Porciello, your show.
At Dodd, we do follow a bell schedule, and students are expected to follow their assigned schedule once you receive it in the mail and through the parent portal. Our day starts here with arrival at 7:30 in the morning. So you can come to school as early as 7:30, and you're going to be entering Dodd into specific entrances in the morning, and you will be entering Dodd and going into your homeroom class. From 7:55 to 8:05, we have our morning announcements, we do the Pledge of Allegiance, and we also take part in the sky breathing techniques. Period 1 starts at 8:05, and each one of our 8 periods are 41 minutes in length. Now, in a typical school year, you would be moving every single period from classroom to classroom. This year, you will be following your schedule, and you will be limited movement throughout the building for certain subject areas, and we'll get into a little bit more detail with that in a moment. As you can see, our bell schedule follows periods 1 through 8. Our academic day starts at 8:05, and our academic day ends at 2:28. At 2:28, you will be dismissed from school in an orderly fashion with your teachers, and dismissal will take place from 2:28 to 2:45. Now, there's one caveat in this schedule. 4th period, lunch or a meal will be brought to your 4th period classroom. And you might be saying, Mr. Porciello, that's not 41 minutes. It's actually longer than that, from 10:23 to 11:24. Well, that's because for 7th grade, your meal extension is going to be 20 minutes in your 4th period class from 10:23 to 10:43. You'll enjoy your snack, your midday snack, and then you will stay in that classroom for 4th period for whatever academic subject area it might be.
Mr. Porciello, don't forget to talk about the students who are on remote. They're following the same schedule.
100%. As far as students that are staying home and will be following their schedule remotely, you will also be having that opportunity to have a quick snack at 10:23 to 10:43. And when school starts up again, a 4th period at 10:44, then you'll be doing your 4th period class. So regardless if you're going to be arriving to school or arriving to your kitchen table or wherever you might be doing school at home, we will be following the same bell schedule for every student here at Dodd. Period 1 starts at 8:05 and so on and so forth. And the end of the day will be at 2:28 for those students here in person and those students at home. As you are aware, we will be following a hybrid model for those students who will be attending classes in person. Students at Dodd are assigned to a team for both 7th and 8th grades. Students will be provided with a schedule that will assign and tell you which cohort you are on and which team you are a part of. Students will be assigned to a cohort as follows. If your last name starts with the letter A through Lopez, you will be part of cohort 1. Meaning you will be coming to school on Mondays and Wednesdays, and you will be remote Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll get into further detail with that. If your last name is Lopez Aviles through the letter Z, you will be joining us in person in school for cohort 2 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Friday, everyone will be remote, and it's an opportunity for synchronous and asynchronous learning, where extra help will be provided, small group instruction will be provided by teachers, and individual outreach by all of our staff members here at Dodd. It's also your opportunity for a makeup work, to ask questions of your teachers. It's a day for you to catch up. It's a day for you to get extra help, and it's a day for you really to focus on what you learned for the week and move on to the following week. Days that students are not in person, your classes will be attended through Google Meets following the assigned schedule. Students in cohort 1, like I said, will report in person on Monday and Wednesday. Students will log in remotely via Google Meets to their assigned classes on Tuesday, Thursday. So let me repeat that. If you are coming to school on Monday and Wednesday, you'll be in school in your classroom with your teacher. If you are coming to school on Monday, Wednesday, that means you're staying home on Tuesday, Thursday. On Tuesday morning, when you have math class 2nd period, you're going to log into your math class 2nd period when it starts through Google Meets. Same thing goes for Thursday. If you're coming to school on Tuesday, Thursday, you'll be following that same procedure Monday and Wednesday. Let's take a look at a sample schedule. If you are going to be in person, this is what your schedule will look like, or similar to it. Notice at the top of your schedule, where the red arrow is, it will say whether you're in person Monday and Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday. That is not a class. It's just signifying that you'll be here in the building Monday and Wednesday or Tuesday, Thursday. Notice how the schedule then reads. Underneath where it says in person Monday, Wednesday, you have ARC, This is a sample schedule. So not everyone will have art period 1. This is just a sample of what your schedule may look like. Notice as you read the schedule, it says art 7. Then next to it, it says the room number that art will take place in. And it will say period 1. Now, we follow a day 1 and a day 2 schedule. So day 1 is art. On day 2, you will have phys ed in the gym. Your teacher's name is also listed on the right. Math follows for period 2, then your reading course, technology, English, social studies, science, and math AIS. And here you can clearly see what room numbers your class will be scheduled in and what period it meets and the days it meets. So if you see a class that meets on day 1 and day 2, that means you have it every single day. A class that you only list as day 1, you will only have it on day 1s. Let's take a look at your schedule if you are going to be remote or virtual. You're going to have the same pretty much looking schedule. It's going to say on the top whether it's remote instruction daily, in person, Monday, Wednesday, or in person, Tuesday, Thursday. The classes, they're pretty much the same. Art 7, gym, English, reading, technology, math, math AIS, social studies, and science. Notice one thing that's different though. The room number that you'll be going to, because you're a virtual student or a remote student, is online. So all of your classes will be online through Google Meets. You will be following the same exact bell schedule as if you are in person. So if art is meeting period 1, that means at 8:05, you need to be in your art Google Meet. If you are not, you are marked absent. And all schedules will be available on the parent portal Monday, August 31st at 10 a.m. And we will also be mailing your schedule home as well. So once again, all schedules will be available for students and parents to see on the parent portal on Monday, August 31st. And you will also be receiving a hard copy in the mail with other documentation to welcome you to Dodd Middle School as you begin your adventure here in 7th and 8th grade, as we like to call it, your bridge to high school. So schedules, this is a huge part of the day. There's going to be many questions. So if you have any questions, please feel free to type it in the chat box, and one of us will definitely be able to answer any of the questions that you might have.
So good morning, all of our wonderful 7th grade students and our parents. For parent communication, we have several ways that we have platforms rather for our parents to communicate with all staff and personnel here at Dodd Middle School. Of course, all of our teachers have access to email. All of the staff members here have access to email. So please, if you have any questions, concerns, feel free to email your students, your children's teachers, administrators, guidance counselors, or any kind of support personnel that you may need. In addition to that, we do have the parent portal, which you can find right on the Freeport Public Schools website. I have attached here an example of what that would look like, and you can see on your top right-hand corner, it has the click onto the parent portal site up information. There is a link with a Google form for you to fill out if you do not currently have access to parent portal, and that will help you sign up. You should be able to be signed up once you fill out that form within 24 to 48 hours. Again, if you have any questions or concerns regarding setting up parent portal, please call Dodd Middle School and we will gladly help you. In addition to the parent portal, we have the Google Classroom Guardian feature. When guardians join Classroom, they receive a regular automatic email summary for each of their children. Guardians choose the frequency of the emails daily or weekly and can unsubscribe anytime. The email summaries would include any missing work or work that is late at the time the email was sent. At Dodd Middle School, our primary platform for our students for instruction is Google Classroom. Students are expected to log into their accounts daily for each one of their classes. So again, here at Dodd, we have 8 periods and students would have anywhere between 7 to 9 classes that they could expect to have on Google Classroom. Attendance and coursework are all tracked through Google Classroom. Students should check their email also on a regular basis for any information and updates. It's a great way for students to communicate with their teachers, ask questions, and anything else that they may need. If you are on the Google platform on the Chromebooks that all students have been distributed, on the top right-hand corner, there's what you would call a tile where you see the red arrow pointing to. If you click on that tile, you have several different options that will come up that students all have access to. Google Classroom, which is in the red box, would be what we're talking about right now. And that's where all of the students' exams, coursework, homework, classwork, and just regular check-in assignments would be posted. Teachers will also post any kind of literature or anything that they would need, classroom activities on there as well. There are 3 ways to join Google Classroom. The first, which is probably the most common, is that a teacher will send you a link code. In addition, there's also a class code and a class email invite. So again, there are 3 different ways for students to join their individual Google Classrooms for each course. You must join a classroom with the account information that was provided to you by Freeport Public Schools. You should have a separate classroom for each one of your classes. Once in Google Classroom, you manage all of your assignments, and remember, you must do more than just complete them. You must submit them to your teacher. That is so important. If you don't do that, the teacher has no record that you completed the assignment. And teachers use the following Google products: Google Docs, Google Forms, and Google Slides, in addition to other forms that may be added to the Google Classroom platform. Our academic expectations for in-person and virtual learning. Again, attendance is imperative for all students, whether online or in person. And students are expected to follow their assigned schedules. Attendance is taken daily by teachers for Google Meet sessions and in-person learning. All student absences must be reported to our attendance office, and you can reach them at 867-5295. Attendance is recorded in our school tool system on a daily basis. Students are expected to complete all assignments on a daily basis: classwork, homework assignments, projects, exams, quizzes, and etc. Students are to come to class in person or virtual prepared for learning. While on Google Meet session, which, remember students, if you are doing the hybrid program, there are 2 days a week that you are still virtual students doing your lessons on Google Meets. So when you're on Google Meets, you must have your cameras on at all times and your mics muted, unless otherwise directed by your teachers. And Fridays are our asynchronous days where work must be completed and submitted to Google Classroom for credit and attendance. Health and safety. I know Ms. Lagande had mentioned when we first started that this school year is a little different, and it may seem a little scary, but we're going to make this place seem exactly like home for all of you. Prior to coming on a weekly basis, all students, their parents and guardians are going to be expected to fill out a Google screening form, which you can find actually on our Freeport Public Schools website in the form of a Google form. In addition, students who are entering the building on a daily basis will have daily temperature checks upon arriving to the building. At the bottom, this is the example of what the screening process will look like as far as parents filling out the forms. At the end of the form, we have 3 simple questions, and then you're either given a green box which says that you are cleared for building entry, or a red box that says that you are not cleared for building entry. These forms must be filled out again on a weekly basis, and we're asking for all parents and guardians to please do so every Wednesday, and the building has that tracked. So students and parents, just some basic symptoms to look for, especially if you're not feeling sick. And even outside of COVID-19, if you're not feeling sick, if you're feeling sick rather, it's so important to stay home. If you have a cough, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, fever, chills, repeated shaking, a runny nose, new sinus congestion, muscle pain, headache, sore throat, fatigue, any kind of GI systems, or a loss of taste or smell. And students, please make sure if you're not feeling well, it is so important to let someone know that at home immediately. So again, immediately have your parent or guardian contact your healthcare provider if you have any of the symptoms that were mentioned. Your healthcare provider will work with your state's public health department and the CDC to determine even if you need to be tested for COVID-19. And if in fact you are tested positive for COVID-19, we will work with you and we will make sure that everything is okay as far as work and anything like that with attendance. But please make sure that you contact the attendance office as well as our administration office here at Dodd Middle School. In order to return, a record of evaluation by a healthcare provider is needed, a negative COVID-19 test, and a record of symptom resolution. Our arrival and dismissal. Upon arrival to the building, we will have 4 designated entrances that students will be coming into the building, which will also be assigned. At each one of those 4 entrances, there will be a health and wellness check conducted by our staff and personnel. At those entrances, students will undergo temperature checks. At the end of the day, we have a pretty long dismissal time, and that is because we have a staggered dismissal, which means that we will have students leave in different stages throughout the afternoon. Students who take the medical bus will be picked up and brought to the bus at the end of the day.
So how do we start our day at Dodd? Again, whether you are learning remotely or you are coming into the building, we start our day the Skyway. That is becoming aware of who we are with guided breathing, affirmation, and really aligning ourselves to our own well-being. This helps us to manage our stress, to control our emotions, especially during these difficult times, and also helps us to promote a healthy body, mind, and lifestyle. So we use the renowned social emotional learning program called the Ruler Approach from Yale University. And the first step of the Ruler Approach is really for us to begin to recognize our emotions, and not only in ourselves, but in others. Understand the causes and consequences of our emotions so that we can label them, right? We can actually express them appropriately in different contexts. Because usually when we're unable to express our emotions, it's hard to regulate those emotions effectively to foster healthy relationships and achieve your goals. And during your middle school years, you will be discovering who you are. And it's so important for us to really be able to recognize when we're stressed, when we need to be able to ask someone for help. Successful people ask for help. We'll also be developing a charter. So begin to think about this right now. How do you want to feel in this school? How do you want to feel? What will we have to do to make sure that these feelings happen for you consistently, right? Everyone wants to feel loved and comfortable and safe, and you also want to feel academically successful. And another question is, how will you manage conflict or unwanted feelings when they happen? Because that's inevitable. Everybody deals with conflict. And so those are the different skills that we'll be learning. And part of that is really to identify where are you on the mood meter. Mood meter, as I shared before, is part of the Ruler Approach. And so as you look at this chart, check with yourself, even right now, right? Are you in the red, high energy, but you're angry and you're not feeling so good? I hope that's not where you are right now. I hope everybody is in the yellow or in the green. The yellow is, I'm excited for school. I'm excited for this new adventure. Green is, I am ready, right? Just like when you see the lights. It's ready, set, go. I am ready to learn. I am calm. I am together, and I am absolutely ready to learn. Blue, you may not have gotten enough sleep. You may be a little sluggish, a little tired. So really use this visual to identify, how am I feeling? Because as we identify our feelings and we express our feelings, we're better able to manage our feelings, regulate our emotions so that we can actually be academically successful. Again, we ask you to be your best self. As we engage in these very different strategies and protocols as we're coming in, there may be feelings that come up for you. So it's really important for you to take a meta moment. What is a meta moment? Well, a meta moment is really identifying that something is happening that's making me feel a certain way. I feel uncomfortable. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling, you know, I feel a headache, whatever it is, and really to stop, imagine your best self and begin to strategize your success. What can I do to be better? What can I do to resolve this situation in a calm and peaceful way? So please know that, again, part of this is we have to make sure that every student is fully equipped. You're fully equipped emotionally, and also you are fully equipped with the technology. So at Dodd Middle School, and really all throughout the district, all students will have their own Chromebooks and chargers and other necessary equipment for instructional daily. So you are responsible for your own belongings in and out of school. If you have any issues with technology at all, please be sure to visit the link and let us know what the issues are. We are available to you to ensure that you have proper maintenance of all of your technology. Everyone has been asking about the school supply list. While we're recommending these supplies, your biggest supply of all has already been provided for you. That is your Chromebook. You can take notes on your Chromebook. As Mr. Dalla mentioned earlier, you can absolutely use your calendar on your Chromebook. So there's so many things that you can do with your Chromebook. However, for those of us who still use paper and pen like I do, right, we recommend that you just have one binder, 10 dividers, 10 sturdy folders in case you receive any handouts from class, 4 packages of loose leaf, and that's for the whole year. We're not asking you to bring those in, and absolutely enough pens and pencils to last the year. Again, this year we'll be using more online resources in lieu of books so that you don't have to carry them back and forth to school. Calculators will be distributed as needed and sanitized for distribution. And all of the things that we need to distribute to students, whether you're in remote or in person, will be distributed to you, and you will be notified if you're on a remote when to come in to pick up your supplies. Of course, there are some family members who have contacted our building, and they have said, well, what is the model of the calculator? We'd like to purchase it ourselves. That is your option as well. Please contact us and we'll give you that information. This is our contact information. Again, please do not hesitate to let us know your questions. If you have any questions at all, let us know what they are. We're available to you. If you have any questions, please place them in the chat and we'll be happy to answer them. Thank you so much. So I am looking in the chat here and we have several questions. One question is, are the desks already spaced out? Absolutely. In the parent presentation, we did show a picture of the desk appropriately spaced out, and students will be receiving a mask break coordinating with the teachers to say, I need a mask break. So that's how we're going to be able to abide by the CDC guidelines, as well as ensuring that students remain healthy and safe and comfortable in their classes. Another question was asked, will students going to school, do parents still have to complete the Google form for students who are going to school? Yes. So the Google form, it depends on which Google form. First of all, we're encouraging everyone to please sign up for the parent portal. If you have not signed up for the parent portal, please do so. That is on the Freeport Schools website, where you will have access to your student schedules and any changes that need to be made. The other Google form that you can, you may be referring to is the Google form for the health check. And so for the health check, that will be done weekly. And if you're coming into the building, you will have to complete it. A student is asking, when should we be on Google Meet? Well, it is your schedule. Every child, whether you're in remote or in school, you will receive a schedule. And so what I recommend that you do is the little device that we use to talk on the phone or text, please use it to set your alarms. Set your alarm. Set your alarm to wake up, because you will be part of school. And so it is so crucial for you to be completely present. That means that if you're on remote instruction, know that you will also have 41 minutes of instruction at home per period, right? So you are following the exact bell schedule as everyone who is in school. Another question that came in is, well, what if I'm not in school? Let's say I'm in cohort 1, right? And I go to school Monday and Wednesday. What do I do on Tuesday and Thursday? Guess what? Tuesdays and Thursdays, you will also be following your schedule at home. So you will be logging into Google Meets, into the classroom during those times. And there's another question about, well, eye fatigue, and we certainly understand that, right? When you're on the screen all of the time, and so your eyes are getting fatigued. You have 5 minutes between classes to use the restroom, do whatever you have to do, and then come back for the class that you are assigned to if you're on remote. If you are in person, you will not be moving from class to class. So you will be stationary for most of the day. Most of your classes will be in one location, except for your special area classes. At Dodd Middle School, we have special area classes such as Family and Consumer Science, Technology, Music, Art, Physical Education. Those classes, you will be able to actually go to the physical class. Someone is asking, what about chorus, drama, violin, and music classes? Guess what? You will have your music teachers will be teaching you during this time, similar to March. And so if you're in person, you will also be having your music classes. If you're in a remote, you will also be having your remote classes, okay? And that is according to your schedule. Are we going to have a tour of the school? And so that is wonderful. What we will be able to do, you know what, that's a great idea for a video, Mr. Porciello and Dr. Ballard, especially for those students who are on remote. We did send a video of pictures of the school. I hope that you had an opportunity to see it at Atkinson. We did have a video of our school to have different snippets of the different offices. So that's something that we will work on, especially for those of you on remote who will not be able to see the school building. A lot of you, or many of you, are asking about the packet for summer. If you did not receive a letter or the packet that outlines the essay question for our incoming 7th grade students in the summer reading, please send us an email, and then we will send you that. We will send you the information for them to be able to complete.
Ms. Lagonde, I saw a question that maybe one of our counselors can explain. One of the questions from a parent came from, can you explain what a guidance counselor is for my son to understand, or to have a better understanding of what guidance counselors can do for them?
Yeah, well, basically, a school counselor is it's a person who works with you to help you with your concerns. So we're here to help you. Let's say if you have certain things that are bothering you, you're having issues, there's certain things that you don't understand. We're here to help you with those things. We also help you academically. We listen to your concerns, and then we try to help you, build up some kind of strategy of how to solve that. What can we do to make the situation better? We're here to help you, to have better experiences. And if you have any concerns, we're here to help you to address them.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So many questions about sports. Dr. Ballard.
So unfortunately for all students in Section 8, which is our Nassau County Association, sports have been suspended until reevaluation in January of 2021. So again, right now, those sports have been suspended again, and that's the Nassau County Association who has declared that. And I know that there will be an evaluation for the spring, and possibly we will be able to bring some of those fall sports and winter sports that the students are missing into our spring seasons.
Thank you so much. So for our self-contained students, life skills students, and E&L students, beginner and intermediate, those students will be coming into school Monday through Thursday. That is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And on Friday, as we shared, that will be remote instruction for all. Okay, any words of advice and words of wisdom for our incoming 7th grade students? Anything that we should mention that we have not mentioned?
Stay calm. Ask lots of questions. We're here for you. Ms. Lagande said it best. We are a family. We all come together, both in good times and in bad. Whether you're remote or you're in person, we're here for you. And we please beg you to ask us questions. Find out the answers that you don't know. If you're having trouble, reach out early, not at the last minute, and keep yourself organized. I can't stress enough. Now that you're in middle school and you'll have 7 different teachers, 8 different teachers, you have to be able to stay organized for yourself so that you stay on top of your assignments, what you need to study, when your tests are, when your quizzes are, when projects are due, when you're supposed to be logging into your Google Meets. It's a lot of responsibility on a student, but this is now part of becoming a young adult and getting you prepared to move on to high school, college, and beyond.
Wonderful. Any other words of wisdom?
Follow our motto: be kind, work hard, dream big, and that will take you far beyond just your years here at Dodd Middle School. I think those 3 features of our motto are really important just as far as life lessons.
Okay.
And I guess for me, just for the parents and the students, just what I said earlier, just we're all in this together. This is new for everyone. We've never done this before, so we're all figuring it out. Your families, yourselves, your administrators, your guidance staff, teachers. But mission number 1 is to make sure the students are comfortable and successful. So whatever's going on, if you're a little confused, seems a little murky, you know, we understand and we're figuring it out too, but we'll be here to make sure that everyone gets what they need as best we can.
Again, thank you so much for joining us. We are so excited to meet you, whether remote or in person. You are part of our family now. We love you. We appreciate you. And yes, 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 you will be seeing your schedule on Monday. If you have not signed up for the parent portal, please sign up for the parent portal. It is so important that you stay abreast of what's happening here. Thank you, everybody.